So you can come into a Shavasana type position. Go ahead and spread out and either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. And allow yourself the time it takes to settle in. Start to slow down your breath. Taking the time to inhale until you're full and exhale until you're empty. And anytime you notice that you've checked out or your mind has wandered onto something else or you're overthinking, just as soon as you notice, if you can come back and feel where you are right now. Whatever sensation is present in this pose. Feel that you are breathing, slow it down again. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. And let's begin by sliding arms overhead, stretching out really long through your arms and legs, reach through your fingers and toes. And then interlace your fingers and press out through your palms and flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands and the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, maybe a little jiggle, releasing deep into your hip. And then straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times. Both directions, getting out all those little clicks. And then bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the right and straighten part way or all the way out to the side, exploring what your limits are here. Finding just the right amount of effort to be in this shape and keep letting go what's not needed. And then release, bend your knee and bring it all the way across for a spinal twist. You can open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back, bring both knees in. A little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. Then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long, squeeze this knee in close, little jiggle. And then straighten your left leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot. circle your ankle. A few big circles, both directions. Bend your knee back in. Open your knee out to the left. And then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. Waking things up. You get to choose your challenges. You get to choose how far you go in each pose. Finding what feels appropriate, useful for you right now. Let's release. Bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. First with a bent knee, feeling around in this shape. And then try straightening the left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reach away. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Again, a little circle or rock, evening out your torso on your mat. Scooting your hips away from your head, getting nice and long. And then drop your feet to the floor. We'll get set up for a little bit of core work. Start by engaging the abdominals. Push the lower back down from the inside. Interlace fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Let's take two more. Last one. Release down. Send your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up. And down. Up. And down. One more. Release and switch. Left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Two more like this. Last one. Release and switch again. Right leg high. This time, left arm comes across, and each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. Release and switch. Left leg high, right arm across. One more. Release. Stretch long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees back in. And let's make our way up to sitting. And come all the way into a high push-up position. Setting the hands near the front of the mat. Stepping the feet back. And feel the strength of your core supporting you. Whole underside lifting up. Shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up, and then come into your back bend. Take this as low or high as feels right. We'll take an extra couple breaths in this first one. Wherever you are, can you drop your shoulders down so the neck is nice and long? And then back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. Take your time getting into this first down dog. You might pedal out your feet a little bit. And then drop your knees. Let's sink back to child's pose. Remembering that you get to rest whenever you need. Coming back to your rest could be a good place to reestablish your breath, reestablish your focus. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little bit more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Let's come back to center. Lift up through table. Come back through down dog. And walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Is there a way to let go even more? Feeling the weight of your head hanging, even the muscles of your face releasing towards the floor. Let's bend the knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. We'll bring hands together at the heart. We'll take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Please take the time you need for all your transitions and then rest in a pose that feels like a rest for you. So we'll take 5 deep breaths. That could be down dog. Could also be child's pose or sitting. One more deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint.
Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Shift your weight forward. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest, working core strength. Extend it up and back. Take a big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink low, settle in. Looking for space and length and even more ease, even more grounding. Last breath here. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square. And with the upper body letting go, like ragdoll, let your head hang. Last breath here. Big step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Deep bend in the front leg. Straight long back leg. One more breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, might move in some other way. Feeling whatever it is you're choosing to do, and take the time you need to do it. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent left knee. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Send it a bit higher and then left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms up. Settle in. Feeling where you are. Last breath here. Tip forward, standing splits. As best you can, roll that right hip down. It is more challenging, or most likely is. Can you be in that challenging position and soften your face? One more breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. One more breath. Release. Make your way back to a good resting pose. Letting go of everything we've just done, everything we might do, and really giving over to the rest, just simply being. Nowhere to get, nothing to fix or figure out.
Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend, keeping the chest nice and open, really active. Strong core, strong legs. Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Same thing other side. Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Let's interlace fingers, press out through the palms, and take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels or coming all the way up. Strong core, but relaxed eyes, relaxed jaw. Start to fold forward, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs, wherever they meet, higher or lower. Breath steady, even as you might be wobbling or falling. And then release. Drop your hands, drop your heels, drop your head, let that go. Bend your knees and let's come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips sink back and down like you're sitting into something. Lifting high through the fingers, through the top of the head, through the belly, the pelvic floor. Feel everything that's going up and what's going down, dropping shoulders, dropping hips. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, shift forward and find your balance. And you can make whatever adjustments you need to. So this is working for you right now. Within the pose you're choosing, how much can you feel? Last breath here. Step back. Warrior 1. Release through your movement transition. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Finding just the right amount of effort, 100% of what's needed, and stripping away. Could there be even more ease in this powerful pose? Last breath here. Step back. Warrior 1. Release through your movement transition. And then settle into a good rest. How quickly can you find your center? Letting go of everything else. One more deep breath in and out. And let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, one breath, come in. Now from here, let's rise up to standing. Bring your left knee to your chest and get steady here. Right arm can be out to the side or at the hip. You can stay holding your knee or grab your big toe with the first 2 finger and thumb, possibly extending it straight, little or a lot. But try and keep the supporting leg straight and your torso nice and long and even. Open your left leg out to the left, just at a slight angle. Bring it back to the front and let's get set up for a twist. Opposite hand to the outside of your knee or the outside of your foot. Roll open through the left shoulder, extend the left arm back, maybe even looking back. Gaze forward again, release with the front hand, catch with the back hand. King Dancer, last balance on this side, Utkatasana. Kicking your foot into your hand, let that open up the chest. Last breath here. Step back, high lunge. Find your way to down dog, any way you want to get there. Just taking one thing at a time, feeling each moment. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, one breath. Rise up to standing. Bring your right knee to your chest. Make whatever adjustments you like. Come into your variation of this. If you did grab your big toe on the other side, you might do so again. Open your right leg out to the right. Bring it back to the front, set up for a twist, opposite hand to the outside of your knee or your foot. You can have your leg partly straight, whether you're holding the knee or your foot. Last breath here. Gaze forward, release with the front hand, catch with the back hand. King Dancer, Utkatasana. Kick your foot into your hand. One more breath here. Step back, high lunge. Catch your breath. Find your way to a good resting pose, moving in any way you choose on your way. And then settling in, letting go of all of that. Let's come back through down dog. Send the right leg back up. Step forward, low lunge. We're going to drop the back knee. If you want to pad it, you could roll up the side of your mat. Or if you have a blanket or cushion you want to put under there, you could. Let's get set up for a twist. First, assess the distance between your legs. Make sure that when you sink forward, you're not too tight of an angle on the front leg. So finding a good distance. And then either prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of the right knee, or something more open, left hand on the floor or a block. If you would prefer to do this as a high lunge, you can also lift the back leg. One more breath here. Release. Hands to the floor or blocks if you have them. Let's drop the back knee, take the hips back for a hamstring stretch. So you can inch the front foot forward and then flex the toes back. Hands as high as you need them. If it's difficult to reach the floor, keep bringing the floor up to meet you. Make sure you're not locking your right leg. Tiny bend if you tend to do that. If any of you want to go further forward towards splits, you could also slide the front heel forward, finding your edge right where it is right now. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Let's release coming through lizard pose. Both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot. Shift your weight forward so you can come down onto hands or elbows on blocks or the floor. And you might adjust in some way, shifting your weight more one way or another. Turn the right toes out more or less. You could add a quad stretch to this, bending the back leg and drawing it in. To release, let's bring hands back to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift up to a plank height, and we're going to adjust into a side plank. Before we do, shimmy the right foot a little further down your mat so it's easier to lift the right arm, come onto the outside of the left foot, and either stay here or take a different variation of side plank. You can stack one leg over the other. You could instead drop the bottom knee. You could take the top leg up in the air in some way. Feel what you are choosing, whatever that is. And then release and make your way back to down dog. Left leg sweeps up. Step forward, low lunge, drop the back knee, pat it if you like. Upper body comes up and sets up for a twist. Something similar to what you did on the first side, whether that's a prayer twist or arms extended, low lunge or high lunge. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee, inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back, and then find your edge. Where is it right now? And at any moment you might go a little deeper or back out a little bit, so you stay at your edge. Some of you might try splits. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Both hands to the inside, turn out through the left foot. Lizard pose. So you can explore, experiment. What is interesting or useful for you? It may look quite different than what I'm doing. It may be different than the last time you were in this pose. But being curious. Any shift, any adjustment is going to have an effect. So through trial and error, we can all find our way. To release, you can bring both hands to the floor, lift up to plank height, and then shimmy the left foot a little further down your mat before you lift the left arm. Come on to the outside of the right foot for your variation of side plank. Take something similar to what you did on the first side. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to a good rest. Letting go of all of that. Let's make our way to sitting in whatever way is good for you. Extend the legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back. Get as long as possible on the backs of the legs. And feel free to sit up on something. A little lift under the hips could be useful. And we'll fold forward using the hands to support that folding, whether that's holding the feet or something around the feet or hands on the floor. Each inhale, explore more length. Is there any, even if it's just energetic? Each exhale, maybe a slightly deeper fold or letting go into the fold you're in. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. You can grab your toes or your ankles. With that grip, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Try and keep that length as you fold. And just meeting your edge right where it is. It shouldn't be otherwise. Sometimes we might have an idea about how these poses should look or should feel or should be, and then the reality can be quite different. Well, there's a part of our minds, my mind really enjoys when things are the way I want them to be, of course. The gap being in this is not what I had expected or what I had wanted, and being able to surrender into that difference. Wow, what a superpower that is. And this is a safe place where we get to do that. Does it really matter if you can fold forward here or not? Not really. So we can have these kind of low stakes goals. I'm going towards length, I'm going towards folding, and this is how it is. Just like this. If you had folded, make your way back up, and we'll keep the right leg more or less where it is. Open the left leg out to the side, gate pose, Paragasana. Right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow. Big reach out. Maybe what's here is exactly what should be here. Let your head fall towards the floor and take the top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down, stretching right side of the neck. And you could let your head drop a little one way or another, kind of exploring the different parts of your neck. Keep your head hanging as you press into the bottom hand to come up, and then use that hand to help lift your head. Same thing other side. Left arm up and over, 100% intention, going towards everything you want, everything you expect, everything you desire. And then can there be also 100% surrender, allowing it to be just as it is, even when it's different than what you had wanted, expected, intended. Let your head fall towards the floor, top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down. Stretching left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to lift your head. Open both legs out wide. Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. You can use your hands on the floor behind you. You can sit up on something. You could fold forward. Finding the position of your upper body that brings you to your edge. If that's upright, then that's exactly where you should be. Some of you might need to fold further forward in order to meet your edge. If it's useful, close your eyes. So it's less about what it looks like and really tuning into sensation. How subtly can you explore your edge? Going right up to it, not beyond. And if it becomes too much, backing out just enough. Bring the upper body back up. Take your time. Lean back. Draw the legs in. Little shake out. Let's get set up for a supported fish, if that feels like a good next pose for you. We are moving towards the end of class, so if you have a different way you want to wind things down, you're welcome to. Supported fish can be done over any number of things. I'll show a gentle option first. If you know how you like to do it, you can also come right into your favorite. So a rolled up blanket could be a nice gentle option. It could be the smallest little roll or rolling it up a little bigger. And it's going to go behind the upper back, just low enough that the tops of the shoulders fall off the end. So it's nowhere near the lower back. Arms can be overhead or out to the side. Legs can be bent or straight, trying to keep the lower back nice and long. If you like more intensity for your supported fish, you could do this over blocks or something a bit higher or harder, books. Whatever it is going to go pretty high up the upper back where we tend to hunch forward. So it's a nice gentle way of opening up the chest, shoulders, upper back. Find a position that you can relax into. If you choose something that's too intense for you right now, you may not be able to relax. So if you can't relax your face, if you can't slow down your breath, then take it down a notch. If you're enjoying where you are and you want to stay longer, feel free to do that. This could even be your final resting pose if it's relaxed enough for you. If you are ready to come out of it, one gentle way of doing so is to interlace your fingers behind your head. Lift your chin to your chest, taking the pressure off your props, and then lean to one elbow, moving your things out of your way. And just check in with your body. What do you need? What would feel good for you right now? And just asking that question, whether or not you get a clear answer, is a good practice. You might finish up with a happy baby or a twist or another restorative pose. Maybe you want to take an inversion. What you're doing may not be anything anyone's done before or anyone taught you. You could be making it up, and that is perfectly okay. It's wonderful. Maybe you don't need anything and you can start getting comfortable in your final resting pose, and that could be adjusting your clothing, doing a little self-massage, grabbing props. Eventually settling into a symmetrical, relaxed position and letting go fully as much as you can.
Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. And you can bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.